Hello everybody, my name is Kyle, this is 629. Welcome back to another video. Today in this one I'll be doing another dueling video, and in this one we'll be having Tearalments versus Swordsoul. Yeah, Tearalments is still in its phase where it kind of just has to go high gamble rolling. All the tiers are limited, so they just kind of hope to God they mill a lot and just hope to God they see things and stuff like that. And obviously Swordsoul, the synchro deck that might change after Cyberstorm Access, but as of right now they're still just playing the 10U stuff and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get straight into the duel, shall we? So the Tearalments player will be on the bottom of your screen, and then the Swordsoul player will be on the top of your screen, and the Tearalments player will be going first here. So looking at the hands, we got for the Tearalments player, we have a Tearalments Rhino-Heart, King of the Swamp, Paralino, Diviner, and Book of Moon. And then for the Swordsoul player, we have Dark Ruler No More, Swordsoul Emergence, Long Wand, Called by the Grave, and another Swordsoul Emergence as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into the duel, shall we? So, Tearalments player will go standby main phase, activate King of the Swamp to search out Polymerization here. And then we'll go ahead and normal summon Diviner. Diviner effect to mill a Yugioh. We'll go a Yugioh's effect to make both players mill 5 here. Swordsoul player doesn't really mill anything here. Again, Swordsoul doesn't really have anything for its graveyard. Maybe you hit a 10 or something like that. But for those Tearalments player, we have a Diviner, Book of Moon, Castria Tearalments, Book of Moon, and Rhino-Heart. So we'll have a couple chains here. So we'll go ahead and do Tearalments, Castria, Chainlink 1, and then we'll do Rhino-Heart, Chainlink 2, sending the Rhino-Heart from hand, special summon Rhino-Heart, and then mill 2, Nil Nib, and Kelbeck, insane. We'll go Rhino-Heart, Chainlink 1, Kelbeck, Chainlink 2 here. We'll mill another 5. Again, the Swordsoul player doesn't really mill anything. Unfortunately, doesn't hit any 10Es or something like that. So that's unfortunate off 10 mills, not hitting a 10E. But for the Swordsoul player, we hit a Rhino-Heart, Hafinus, Quamada, which is very insane there. We already triggered Rhino-Heart, but we'll do we'll go mill merely off the Rhino-Heart. So we'll go Squamata Chainlink 1, Hafinus Chainlink 2, merely Chainlink 3. Merely will shuffle back himself and King of the Swamp. Hafinus will shuffle back himself and Squamata. So here, the Dark World Fusion will get summoned out first. Then Window will be specialed out, and then Squamata will send Beast. And we'll go Beast effect to draw a card. We'll draw into King of the Swamp. We'll Synchro Summon into Baron for our last special summon for the turn here. Rhino-Heart gets banished because of its own effect. Set the Book of Moon and activate the Paralino to go ahead and search out Tearalments Castria here. And then we'll go ahead and just pass on that. Swordsoul player draws Adhara for turn. We'll go ahead and activate Dark Ruler No More to start off the turn. And then we'll have to think a bit. We'll go ahead and special summon Adhara from the hand here. And then we'll go ahead and do Long Wand's effect here, sending Swordsoul Emergence to special summon himself and token. On resolution, we'll go ahead and do Book of Moon on the Long Wand here. Then we'll go Emergence effect to go ahead and search Taya from the deck. Now, it takes them a little bit, but we'll get the Taya from the deck here. So now we'll go ahead and normal summon Taya. We'll go ahead and do Tearalments Castria effect, banishing the Tearalments Castria in graveyard. Hopefully mill some shufflers or any tier helps here. We'll mill Fenrir, Nibiru, and Hafinus, which is a nice mill. We'll trigger the Hafinus. That gets met by Called by the Grave, unfortunately. So the Swordsoul player will be able to go off here with no more interaction from the Tearalments player. So we'll go ahead and Synchro Summon using the Taya and the token. Go into Berserker. We'll trigger Taya's effect in graveyard to go ahead and dump Tenyi Ashuna from the deck. And then we'll link into Monk of the Tenyi. And then we'll go ahead and use Ashuna's effect, banishing himself 4 cost to go ahead and special Fushuda from the deck. And we'll link off Fushuda into another Monk of the Tenyi here. And now we'll just simply, he has to think it out just real quick here, but we'll go battle phase. We'll go ahead and go Berserker into the Tenyi, attack over the Tearalments Castria, and then we'll do the effect to gain attack and then be able to attack once again. We'll go ahead and attack over the Dark World Fusion monster. And then we'll go ahead and do Draco is at 53, by the way, and Dark Ruler No More is preventing damage as well. So main 2, we'll go Fushuda, return the Baron back to the extra deck. Then we'll go Adhara to go ahead and get Ashuna back into the hand here for some follow-up. We'll pass on that. Draws into the King of the Swamp, which is very unfortunate. You would rather have any other monster there. So we'll go into a Polymerization here. He can't make Chimera because Chimera needs needs 3 different monsters with different names. We'll go into Drago. This is illegal. There's no way you can make Drago with King of the Swamp and Winda. So that's an illegal summon, by the way. But it doesn't really matter. We'll just go battle main 2. He will just concede there. So yeah, there was really nothing he can do there. Unfortunately, he just could not draw the second King of the Swamp for turn, and that's exactly what happened. So we'll go into game 2 here, unfortunately. So now going into game 2, tier limit player will obviously go ahead and choose to go first once again, and we'll look at the hands just real quick. So the tier limit player's hand is Rhino Heart, Book of Moon, Nibiru, Medora, and Diviner. And then for the the Swordsoul player, we have Long One, Emergence, Evenly, another Emergence, and Adhara in the hand. So we'll go ahead and go into standby and then the main phase here. Go ahead and normal summon Diviner. Diviner effect, dumping a Yugioh effect to make both players mill 5 here. Again, the Swordsoul player does mill the Shuna, so that's something at least. And then for the tier limit player, we milled Rhino Heart, Hafinas, Guamata, Beast. Wow, what that's insane mills, by the way. Very, very insane. We'll go Squamata Chain, or Beast Chainlink 1, Squamata Chainlink 2, Rhino Heart Chainlink 3, Hafinas Chainlink 4 here. So we'll go Hafinas and Squamata to make Winda, and then we'll, or not Winda, Mud Dragon, and then we'll go Rhino Heart, dumping the Rhino Heart from hand, and then we'll send the fucking El Shaddai card, the card that mills Hell Shaddai Hollow, for Squamata, and then we'll draw off the Beast another Rhino Heart. And we'll go Rhino Heart Chainlink 1, Hollow Chainlink 2 to mill 2. We milled Squamata and King of the Swamp. Insane. We'll mill the Sheeran off Rhino Heart, and then Sheeran effect will trigger using himself and King of the Swamp. Go ahead and make the Dark World fusion here. And then we'll go ahead and Synchro Summon, go ahead and make our Baron de Fleur here. We'll set, and then we'll pass it back to the Swordsoul player who draws Effect Veiler for turn. In standby here, we'll go ahead and do Mud Dragon, calling Wind to prevent Baron from getting targeted here, something like Imperm or something. We'll go Battle Phase here. We'll go ahead and activate Evenly. That does force out the Dark World, and we'll send the Medora from hand. Now into main phase 2 here, we'll go into Swordsoul Emergence. Emergence will go ahead and search out Moye from the deck. And then we'll go ahead and normal summon Moye. Moye effect will reveal Adhara from hand. That will be met by Book of Moon, still gets the token there. And then we'll go into game 3 there. The Long One, even if he activates it, will be negated by Baron de Fleur, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, just not seeing the tennies there is really the problem. I don't know, maybe you start off with Adhara there to get a Shuna live. Who knows? It's very, very interesting there. But we'll go ahead and go into game 3 here. So the Swordsoul player will be able to choose who is going first or who's going second. And he actually chooses for the tier limit player to go first, which is very, very interesting. Looking at the starting hands here, we got tier limit, who draw Fenrir, Paralino, Nibiru, Evenly Matched, and Book of Moon. As you can see, he was kind of going second cards there. And then for the Swordsoul, we drew double Dark Ruler No More, Infinite Impermanence, Pot of Desires, and Hadhara. That Pot of Desires is going to have to do a lot, so hopefully he can get something off that Desires. We'll go Standby main phase, Special Summon the Fenrir. Fenrir effect will trigger here. Get out our tier limit Castria. And then we'll go into the planet here to go ahead and search Merely here, which is very interesting. You would think something like Rhino, but I guess Rhino by itself doesn't do anything. We'll go Merely effect here to mill 3, and oh, insane! Hits a Yugioh, Solik, and Sheeran. Insane mills there. So good. Insane. We'll go Sheeran Chainlink 1, a Yugioh Chainlink 2, and then we'll go Solik Chainlink 3 to search a tier limit. So we'll go ahead and search Hafinas from the deck. We'll mill 5 here. Swordsoul player mills nothing, unfortunately. And then we'll and then the tier limit player milled King of the Swamp, tier limit Castria. That's insane. So we'll use Sharon and King of the Swamp, go into the Dark World fusion here, and then new chain will go tier limit Castria, mill 2, just gets Keldo in graveyard, just another shuffler. We'll set 1 and we'll pass to the Swordsoul player who draws Adhara for turn. Not very good. We'll start with Dark Ruler No More for a turn here. Then we'll go Desires. Hope to God we can hit something off Desires here. We'll go ahead and draw 2 here. We'll draw Long One in Ecclesia. That is something. He activates Imperm here. Dark Ruler was activated, so Imperm can't technically be activated. Who knows? I don't know what. Maybe he just forgot Dark Ruler. He Dark Rulered this turn. But we'll go ahead and do Long One effect here, pitching Adhara, and then special summon out the token. And for the 3rd game in a row, he drew Book of Moon, so we'll go ahead and Book of Moon the fucking Long One. We'll go ahead and special out the Ecclesia from hand here. And then it'll go ahead and do Ecclesia effect here. We'll chain Hafinas, and then we'll go ahead and chain Medora in graveyard to shuffle back a tier limit, and that will win him the game, unfortunately. So yeah, unfortunately, he'll shuffle back a tier, so once whatever he summons off this Ecclesia will just get popped on the next once new chains resolve because the planet is on the field. And Hot Phoenix, who knows what you mill off the Hot Phoenix there. So yeah, very interesting game. Unfortunately, just got Book of Moon 3 games in a row. But yeah, that is it. Tearalments wins the game here. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content on the channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.